Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down the best tips and tricks for visiting, I don't know if you can see that guy behind me, Super Nintendo World here at Universal Studios Hollywood. This area is so cool, and if you're coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, you have to come and check out Super Nintendo World. So if you're in the process of planning a Universal Hollywood trip, just be sure to stick around until the end and we'll get you as prepared as possible to do just that. I'm very excited, so let's go get started. In Super Nintendo World, be familiar with power-up bands. So essentially, power-up bands are the heart and soul of Super Nintendo World. It is essentially an interactive way to jump around the land. This means the best parts of the land are behind a paywall of the power-up bands, unfortunately. This is essentially a slap band with a big puck inside that costs about $40 and tracks your progress in Super Nintendo World on essentially mini games and other playable elements of the land. So if you've heard us, we've talked about the app, and essentially the app allows you to interact with the land, earn points. This is pretty much just taking that one step further. It essentially allows you to track your progress throughout the land. Necessary for ranking up in Super Nintendo World, allowing you to collect coins from blocks, stamps from around the land, and also complete key challenges you'll need to scan your power-up band to the Universal Hollywood app in order to collect those digital coins. So I know it's a lot. I would say you gotta go and read a blog on it. If I had to guess, we're most likely gonna release a blog on it, so you can go and you can check out theparkprodigy.com. But as you can see, there's a lot going on within Super Nintendo World, so you definitely wanna be prepared when coming to enjoy it. Okay, so we went, essentially this is what a power-up band will look like. So again, you'll have your band and you'll be hopping around. You come up, you see the boxes, you can pretty much hit them, and then you can see we're gaining points. So as you go and you kind of explore the entire land, you're gonna keep an eye out for these boxes. You'll wanna go and you'll wanna kind of hop around, and again, you're gonna rank up as you go. Okay, so if you do get a essentially power band, there's a little entrance right behind me. This is the Bowser challenge. So you do have to run around, you have to win 3 essentially challenges, and then you can come here, just like in the video game. You come, you scan, and you can enter. You do have to win all 3 though. We just tried to enter, we only did 1, and we did get turned away. So again, it's kind of all starting to make sense, and this is how the power bands work here in the parks. All right, so another important tip and trick when visiting Super Nintendo World here at Universal Studios Hollywood, Toadstool Cafe is the only food option here in the parks. Not only that, you do have to join a virtual queue in order to even get a seat, in order to pretty much order food at Toadstool Cafe. So it's very, very important. Essentially the way it works is you do have to come into Super Nintendo World. When you come in, you'll see like a virtual QR that you can scan and then pretty much make your time to come and sit and eat at Toadstool Cafe. And it is important also to note that Toadstool Cafe does have vegan and vegetarian options. I know that's important for a lot of families visiting as well. Okay, so another important tip and trick when visiting Universal Studios Hollywood, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge right behind me is the only ride here in Super Nintendo World. So be familiar with that, be prepared. There is typically a very long line. That's the reason why we came for early admission with that early entry ticket. It was about a half-hour wait. The other really important thing that I would say is that this ride is not included with the Universal Express Pass ticket. So if that's your go-to, you do have to be mindful of that. I would definitely, I would add it with the early entry ticket to come get this ride out of the way, and then you can actually go and use your Express Pass ticket later on in the day. Okay, so another important tip and trick that you can take advantage of for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, and that is that it does have a single rider line. So if you think that there's maybe some older adults or older teens who do just want to go on this ride, but maybe some of your family does not, you can take advantage of the single rider line to try to get on this ride a little bit quicker. It's not guaranteed, but they do have it, so it's important for us to note. So another important tip and trick when coming to Super Nintendo World, and that is to make sure to download the Universal Orlando app before you get to the parks. So as you can see, there's a lot going on behind me, so you'll want to make sure that you are prepared, and downloading the Universal Hollywood app is really a very, very important part of that, specifically for this land. If you don't have an early entry ticket, you will need to join a virtual queue to get into Super Nintendo World. Not only that, but there are going to be certain interactive games and like kind of like a point system that you could play within Super Nintendo World. So again, you'll want to make sure to have the app. It's just going to make your day go that much smoother, so you don't have to worry about it once you get here to the parks. All right, so I'm laughing pretty hard because that's actually really, really cool. So another great tip and trick when visiting Super Nintendo World is to come onto the second floor, pretty much all the way in the back, and there's going to be binoculars that you can use to essentially look out and see Super Nintendo World. So again, the cool thing about this land is that everything is kind of like a virtual reality feel to it. And when you look at the binoculars, I promise you, you're gonna smile and you're gonna start to laugh because it's really, really cool. Not only that, what I'll do is I'll give you a glimpse of what the land looks like from up here. So I would say even if you don't want to use the binoculars, come up to the second level because you'll have some really, really amazing views, and the vibes, as the kids say, are immaculate. So another great tip and trick when visiting Super Nintendo World is to keep an eye out for your favorite character meet and greet. So there's a character meet and greet right behind me, that's for Peach. The other cool thing is if you do upgrade and you get that early entry ticket, you will have essentially access to the character meet and greets during that time. So that's a kind of a good tip to kind of get, avoid those long wait times. But again, you're gonna see your favorite characters from Nintendo here in Super Nintendo World and Universal Hollywood. Okay, so that is it, everyone. Those are the best tips and tricks when visiting Super Nintendo World right behind me. I do hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you learned a thing or two. And if you are in the process of planning a trip out to Universal Studios Hollywood, just be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.